Hi everyone! So today I'm going to do something a bit different from my channel, and I'm going to do a monthly favourites for the month of October. Now you might be thinking, well, you never filmed a favourites video before, and you'd be right about that. There's a few reasons why I've never filmed a favourites video. One of them is because I'm kind of a creature of habit. I tend to use the same things over and over again, so I always thought, well, what would I really do a favourites video about? The second reason is because obviously I've been trying to downsize all of the products in my life, and I thought, well, if I'm trying to be a bit more minimal, then do I really want to be doing a favourites video? It might mean bringing extra things into my life, and then people who follow me for minimalism reasons might not like me doing favourites videos. So I suppose just let me know if that's something that you're interested in or not. But I suppose because I've now moved to an entirely different country, it's forced me into a situation where I will be discovering new things, and I'm kind of pushed out of my comfort zone. So I thought this would be a really good time to start doing favourites and just let you know all the things that I've been discovering and trying out and really liking. So let's just give this a go. So the first thing that I've really been enjoying in the month of October is this brush holder from Sigma. Now I got this when I was back in the UK because I really wanted something that I could use to bring my brushes over to Australia without them getting damaged. And after I looked online for different products, then this was the one that I discovered that I thought would really fit the bill. So it looks like this. It has these clips at either side, and then you open them up and this top part comes away, and then basically it turns into like two cups that you can use for holding your brushes. And so that's what I've been doing with my brushes while I've been over here. So generally I will use one of them for storing more of my kind of eye brushes, that kind of thing, and then the other one will usually store my face brushes. I haven't put all my brushes in here just now because I thought it would be a bit easier just to put in a few of them to demonstrate. But normally that's what I would do. I would have my big face brushes in here and then my smaller brushes in here. So that's my first favourite. My second favourite is actually something that I started using about a year ago and really enjoyed back in the UK, and then once I got out here I ended up repurchasing it and I've been loving it all over again, and that is the Body Shop's Oils of Life Intensely Revitalizing Facial Oil, and it comes in a white box that looks a bit like this. Now normally in winter time in the UK I would get really dry skin, and I tried so many different products, really heavy creams, that kind of thing, to try and counteract the dryness, and nothing would make my skin feel normal until I got a sample of this in a magazine, tried it, really loved it, and then I started using this over the winter last year, and my skin looked the best that it ever looked in a winter for I don't even know how long. So basically what you do is you just put a few drops of this into the palm of your hand, rub your hands together, and then just kind of gently massage it into your face. I would use this twice a day during winter time, so I would use it morning and night. Over here I've just really been using this at night time and been using a different moisturizer on my face during the day, which has a SPF through it. And then using a separate SPF on top of that, obviously because I'm in Australia and the sun over here is really harsh. But again, I've been really enjoying this and my skin seems to really like it. It is on the pricey side. Over here it's about 55 Australian dollars. In the UK I think I was paying about £28 for it. So yes, it is expensive, but I would say one of these little bottles, if I was using it twice a day, would last me for about 4 months. So that's pretty good. And normally I would use about 5 or 6 drops of it at a time, so I'm not just using like a couple of drops. So there you go. My third favourite is something else that I brought with me from the UK, and it is the Library of Fragrance Gingerbread Pick Me Up Cologne Spray. So this just smells exactly like gingerbread, and I found out about this from watching Zoella's channel last year, and then I went out, I smelled it, absolutely loved it, and bought my own. So over here, generally on the warmer days, I don't really feel like I can wear this, but when it's cooler and I just want to be reminded of autumn, then I break this out and spritz myself with it, and it does just absolutely smell like gingerbread, and it's lovely and warm, and I just feel nice and cozy when I'm wearing it. My next favourite is something that I've only tried since arriving in Australia, and it is this hand wash from the company Thank You. So this is my one from our kitchen. We also have a different fragrance in our bathroom. I think the one in the bathroom is orange and almond, and this one is the botanical lime and coriander. So it's got no SLS, SLES, EDTA or parabens, and it says, through buying this bottle, you're literally changing the world by helping provide access to hygiene and sanitation programs for people in need. It's also not tested on animals, so that's a big thumbs up from me, and it's been really gentle on my hands. I find that some hand washes can be really harsh on my hands, and I used to find particularly the hand wash that I used at work would dry my hands out completely, and my knuckles would be cracking and bleeding. So when I was at work, I used to have to use Dermal to wash my hands, which, if you don't know, it's kind of like a soap substitute. So there you go. Thank you. My next favourite is a tea. I drink tea all the time. Basically, most people in the UK drink tea all the time. So I got this one from a brand called T2, and it is their chai loose leaf tea in a bag. So it's 25 tea bags. I thought it was a better way to try out tea to start with, was to get it in a bag rather than getting the loose leaf. So if you open them up, then they're just like these tiny little sort of pyramid bags. You just need to brew it for a few minutes. It says on the back, traditionally brewed with milk or soy and honey, perfect for a chilly afternoon. But I generally just brew this the way that I would normally brew tea, leave it in the cup for up to 5 minutes, and then I would just add a bit of milk into it, and I really like chai tea. Again, it kind of reminds me of Christmas time. Around about this time of year, I always really like having something a bit spicy, a bit warm, so I'm really liking chai tea. And my last favourite is the absolutely massive box. So hang on while I just get this. So really it's a website, and it is Marks and Spencer London. So you might be saying, why is one of your favourites Marks and Spencer London when you've moved to Australia? And basically, once I got out here, I was looking for a pair of slippers, because most of our apartment has either hardwood flooring or in the bathroom it's tiled. And I was finding that because we were doing a lot of walking, my feet were quite sore, and also the floors could get quite cold at times because the weather wasn't that warm when we first arrived. So I really wanted a pair of slippers, and nowhere that I looked could I find a pair of slippers that would fit me, because I have tiny UK size 3 feet, and apparently that means in Australia I'm something like a size 5, and places just didn't seem to go below a 7 mostly. Occasionally you could find a 6, but I really needed a 5, and I just couldn't seem to get them anywhere. But good old Marks and Spencer's, if you order more than $100 worth of stuff, they will deliver to Australia for free. And I also discovered that because it was a lot colder than I thought it was going to be, my one pair of pyjamas that I brought with long sleeves was not enough, because I would wash them and then they would still be wet by the time that I wanted to put them on again. So I ended up placing an order. I just got a couple of pairs of slippers. I got some really warm ones, and then I got some slightly cooler ones for when the weather is too warm, obviously, for my really warm ones. I got some pyjamas, and then just to top up the order, then we got some baking trays that we needed. So that's what we got from Marks and Spencer's. So if you need to order some stuff and you're living in Australia and you can spend $100, then you can get free delivery. So that's the end of my favourites for October. Let me know what you thought, if there's anything in particular that you really like. Also, please let me know if this is something that you like or if it's something that you absolutely hate, so that I can get a bit of feedback. And I will see you in my next video.